everyone, bonjour tout le monde. My name is Jen, short for Geneviève. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much in advance for taking your precious time with me. I really appreciate it. I live in Ottawa. I have a lot of hobbies and I'm gonna show you some of them. I don't have bags today, but so I sew bags, I cross stitch, and I knit. I have a full-time job on top of that. I don't have any kids. I don't have any animals to take care of, so I have quite a bit of time to do what I feel like doing. But I try not to pressure myself in doing any of those. It's really just if I feel like it, I'm doing it, and if not, then I just chill and don't. Otherwise, it starts to feel like work, and I already have a full-time job, so I don't need the extra pressure. So today we're gonna talk about cross stitch first. I will always talk about cross stitch first. I only cross stitch on one thing at a time, and then I move to the next. I mainly stitch on full coverage, so I don't have a lot of variety in terms of what I'm stitching on, but hopefully you're gonna like what you see. Anyway, so the first one I worked on is the Mugshot Villains Sal. I'm gonna put a picture here. I was given that as a birthday gift from my friend Suze. Thank you so much, Suze. I absolutely love it, and I've already finished the frames. That is already out. The rest is gonna come out in starting end of October, I'm pretty sure. So I just wanted to be ready. So here's where I'm at. The colors are pretty accurate. So I'm not doing the big border around because I'm thinking of framing this when it's going to be done. So I don't need the extra border to give me grief or give the framer, let's be honest, grief when they're going to frame it. So I just put the little frames. There's what it looks like, and I think it's gonna look great as it is. So it's stitched on 30 count Lugana Stormy Night by Zweigart. It's the printed one. Here's the back. And Anchor Black. I don't use DMC 310. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I prefer Anchor Black. It's thicker, so it shows better. So this is what I finished in August. So I'm very ready for the first one to be released. I'm feeling villainous this year. I have a mystery project bag bi-monthly subscription. I don't know how else to call it. And this year's theme is villains. So that's super appropriate for where I am in my frame of mind now and what I'm enjoying, what I'm interested in. Next one is what I've been focusing for the past 2 months, I think. It is the Disney Castle. Again, I'm gonna put a picture here. I found this one on Etsy. I can't remember the store, but it's going to be linked down below. She had posted, or they had posted, a mock-up, and I was not super happy with it, so I contacted them and I asked if I could have a bigger version and more color version, and they said yes. And I'm very pleased with what I got. So here I am. So that's the whole, top here. I don't know how many pages it is. I do it on Pattern Keeper. You always seems to see lines here because I stitch on a diagonal, but in real life you cannot see them, so I'm not bothered by that. So this is on 28 count, 2/1/10 stitch, and this is 21.36%. So I'm very pleased with that. I don't know how many hours, I count them. I have a journal upstairs, it's in it, but I didn't bring it down, sorry. This is my Omanic frames that I love. So this is gonna take a pause for now. I've had enough of the blue. I wanted to try something different, and I feel like I've achieved the goal I had given myself to finish that. Oh, and that's super exciting because this is the top of the castle, the little flag, and then next, or maybe from here, it's going to be the castle, and the castle are full of purples and other blues obviously, but it's going to be a nice change of colors. Blues are not my favorite. I have nothing against blue, it's just not something I gravitate towards. Teals I love, so anyway, I'm doing this because the whole frame as a whole, when you're going to see the whole picture, sorry, that blue really complements the piece because it's of a nice sky evening-ish tint to it. I wanted to mention there is a lot of color changing in this, and it's my fault probably, so I can only blame myself, and it's okay. I love the end result, but it's going slower than other projects that I have because I'm always changing colors. There's no big blocks of colors. As you may or may not know, I usually work on one cross-stitch piece at a time during a month. I usually do a 1 month rotation, if you call it that way. And so when I finished Disney Castle and September started at the same time, which was very, it was not planned, but it could not have been better. September started and I wanted to go back to this one. It's called The Poison Apple by Natasha, and I can't remember the last name. It's charted by Charting Creation. Again, it's going to be down below. This was a gift again by Suze. She's so generous with me. Thank you, Suze. So here's where I'm at. Oops. So again, this is stitched on the diagonal. Yeah, it's better. Stitch on the diagonal. You see, like this one, you can't see the lines. I absolutely love this. It's a nice change of pace because there's a lot of color blocking on this one, so it makes for faster stitching for me. This is 28 count 2/1 10th stitch. So I'll show you closer. There's beautiful colors. Here we start to see the yellow. We're almost done. Her bright red lips. She's gonna have a beautiful blue dress again, and I can't wait to be at the apple. Obviously it's the focus of the piece, so I'm very, very happy with this. I'll show you from farther. Yeah, so I have 36.97% done, which is really, really nice. So I'm gonna be working on this all September, so my next video you're gonna see where I'm at, the difference. But I'm really, like I said, I'm really enjoying this. I wanted to mention, someone asked me a question about 10th stitch, like the black or dark color on the fabric, 10th stitch. So I'm gonna try to show you super close. So yes, you can see a tiny bit of white if you're really close to it with a light on it. Otherwise, it's perfect. Coverage is amazing. I did my big Disney Villains piece. If you remember, I did it 25 count 1/1, yes, full cross, and I absolutely love that too. I love both. I will be honest, if I could do 25 count 1/1 full cross on all my project, I would prefer that. The coverage is a bit better to me. However, it takes a long time and I want to stitch on many, and I want to have many on my walls, and so there's not a big difference coverage wise, so that's why I'm super happy with this 28 count. If you were only here for the stitching, that's it. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you were able to stop by and look at what I've accomplished in the last a bit more than a month now, I think so. If you're here for the knitting as well, let's go. My first project is in my beautiful Sheba design project bag with this tuliping fabric. I adore it. It's so colorful. It's perfect for my project. She always uses charms on her pole. Melissa's Canadian, so yay for Canadian shops. So in it I have my Lily Pilly shawl. by Amba O'Brien. It is a beautiful shawl. I'm super happy with it. I can't wait to show you. I'm almost done. I only have the last lace section portion. I'm gonna put a picture here, sorry. So I have the last lace section done, and then a bind off, and then block it when blah blah blah. But I think it's a super cool shawl. I love the colors I've chosen. Let me show that first. So I have this. That's all I have left of the charcoal color by the Lab Fibers. Caitlin, she's from Ottawa as well. Amazing yarn, I absolutely recommend. My second yarn is, that's what I have left. Beautiful dove gray color by Alley Cat Yarn. Melissa is also from Ottawa. She's an amazing yarn dyer. I'm super happy to have both close to me. The last one, I'm not done, so it's still in a cake. This was a limited edition, I guess, or the Advent 2022 color, Christmas color from Freckled and Whimsy. I'm trying to open, okay. Freckled and Whimsy. It's called Sweet Shop. Very beautiful. So I'm doing the lace with this. This is a striped auto striping. I can't remember the name, yarn. But here we are. So it's still on my needle, but it's getting bigger and bigger. This is a start. So you see it's these micro stripes with the two gray colors, absolutely cool. And then a beautiful pop of color. And then I did more mini stripes. And I've just started the last lace section. So this, it's hard to show, but it's pretty much what it looks like. Oops. I have Chiagu needles, the recommended size on the pattern, and I have these super cute gingerbread person needle stopper. So this project is dedicated, inspired by Diana. It is Kismet Stitches. Her birthday is in December. However, since Christmas is so close, she never really gets to celebrate her birthday. So she does a Kismet in July, and she said it could be any craft. So I've decided to dedicate this to her, and also because she gave me, oh, here we see the lace, that beautiful skein of yarn that was in the Christmas box. So I'm gonna call this my Diana shawl. Hi girl, by the way. Loving it, loving it. So next time you're gonna see this, it will be done and blocked and probably around my neck. My goal is to finish it this week. Let's hope I can make it. The other knitting project I'm working on, like I've told you in cross stitch, I work on one thing at a time. It is my goal for knitting as well. However, when Lauren, sorry, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it's Laura from Tiny Human Knits, posted that on Instagram and showed it on her podcast. I was absolutely enamored. I needed that right now in my hands, and that's what I did. She posted, or she put on her Etsy shop the yarn. I grabbed it, grabbed the pattern. As soon as I received the needle, I casted it on. It's on a bag that my mom made me years ago before I learned how to knit. Before I learned how to sew. My mom is an amazing sewer, by the way. Anyway, so it's jeans, and the inside is Winnie the Pooh. So let me show you that sweater. So it's the Gartrell Crew sweater. I'm gonna put a picture here. It is a beautiful pattern, very well written. It's the first sweater I'm knitting ever, so the nerves are real. It's happening. I'm reading the pattern 3 times over to make sure I understand, and I still don't understand sometimes, so I read back, but it's good. It's a learning thing. I go with the process. I'm not frustrated at myself. It's something new. I cannot be amazing when I start. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. So it is, the pattern is written like you have to seam the sweater. However, Laura did hers in a round, so I've asked her some question and she was super sweet and helped me, so I'm making it in the round as well. So this is the front. Oops. Look at this. It's gorgeous. So here I've separated the front and the back. So that's my armhole. It's a raglan. Beautiful. And the back, it's the same, but stopped earlier because I'm not doing the raglan yet. But that's the back. It's on those, what's it called? Like cable, flexible cable, barber cord. However, it's not barber cord. I just went on Amazon and grabbed a roll. So yes, I cannot love this more. The raglan I had to rip twice, I think, because I was doing it wrong. I have some Sloth needle stopper. I get these from Kara & Co. They are a big, well, they seem big to me, big bead merchant. So I'm gonna link them below because that's not sold as a needle stopper. It's sold as a bead. It's caoutchouc. It's anyway, flexible, I guess. Yeah. So I'm doing size 37, I believe. So I'm slowly getting there. The yarn is gorgeous. It is the yarn, like I said, of Tiny Human Knits. It is DK, and it comes in, she packages it in all like 50-gram cakes, already caked up when you get them, which is amazing. So stay tuned for more. I cannot wait to be able to wear it. I'm almost done here. It's probably like here at this point. My stitch marker here, it's from Fairy Creation. I'm gonna link her shop down below. I think I said in the intro, I don't have anything bag related. Actually, I sew quite a bit these days. I sew a lot of project bags that you can use for cross stitch or probably even knitting. I just don't have any with me. They're all upstairs, downstairs, sorry, in the sewing room. So if you want to see more of what I do, just head out to my Instagram. That's where I sell my bags. Last thing, or two last things before I say goodbye. On my last video, I was giving away this one. 2 people commented with the word, and the winner is, I'm gonna put it here, Sarah Holland 8793. So yay, Sarah, please contact me. I think we've chatted on Instagram anyway, so just, and I have your address because I'm pretty sure you bought some bags from me, so thank you. This is yours, so it will be mailed as soon as I can. And I have something else. Lizzie Kate, Dear Santa, I've been good. I've stitched this in the past. I'm not gonna show it because it was something that was gifted and I don't speak to that person anymore. I'm not gonna explain what happened, but I don't need this pattern anymore. I don't have the charm, I'm just realizing I used it, but the rest is all there. There's no markings on it, again, all in the original package. I take good care of my patterns. So if you want this, the word will be Santa. So make sure to comment if you're interested. I will send this everywhere in the world. I'm not going to repeat the giveaway rules. I think you know them. I'm just glad to pass this along. So if you're interested, please comment. Otherwise, again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I have a lot of fun making these, and I appreciate everyone who's taking the time to watch. So I'll talk to you soon, everyone. Bye bye. Merci. So as I'm saying goodbye, I look at my notes, and a couple months ago, I've asked you on Instagram if you had questions for me that you would like me to answer on a video, and 3 people asked the question, and I forgot last time and I was about to forget again, but I won't. I remembered, so I've noted them down. The first one is from Kaylee 10 Stitch. Hi Kaylee. How do you choose fabrics for your bags? You see some, or you have must-buys, or do you have themes? So that's a very good question. For the longest time, I was doing custom bags and people were choosing their own fabrics. So right now I have a ton of leftover fabrics that I use. I usually 99% of the time get my fabric at spoonflower.com. They have an amazing selection. It's some sort of like independent people putting their design on it, and then it's custom printed, which is amazing. So that was one big factor. If not, I go to my quilt store, fabric store, and I pick whatever speaks to me, because I need to like what I sew on. It's really rare. I don't think it ever happened that I didn't like the fabric someone chose. Let's just be clear here. But otherwise, so you know, I'm big in fandom. I also get custom fabrics printed from Danielle at Fangirl Fabrics. I'm gonna link her down below. She's amazing to work with. So, you know, fandom things. Otherwise, I'm big on Christmas, so I try to do Christmas fabrics. I'm gonna have some bags this year, Christmas themed. Yeah, I don't know. I just walk without something in mind really usually, and pick. For my linings, I go with blenders. I try to do easy things that go well with everything, so that it doesn't distract from the exterior fabric, because my bags have no vinyl front. So hope it helps. Second question, Banana Stitcher. Hello, I think your name is Donna. How did you get into bag making? So when pandemic, or maybe even just at the cusp of the pandemic, I wanted some project bags, and my mom gave me a sewing machine many years ago, and like I said earlier, she's an amazing sewer. Okay, parentheses. Do we say sewer, sewist, seamstress? Like, what's the proper term? I'm French Canadian. So to me, sewer, when I say it, I understand it's sewing machine. When I read it, it's like sewer, like the pipes, sewage. Anyway, just let me know what you call people who sew. Let's go back. So I wanted a project bag, and I say, hey, maybe I can make some myself. So I went to Walmart, grabbed some fabrics, like fat quarters I think I had at the time, and tried to make a bag, and it turned out absolutely horrible. But I kept making bags. I kept practicing, because I said, I'm sure I can do it. It's probably not that bad. Just keep going. And there we are, 3 years later, I make tons of bags. So it just kind of evolved from there. And some people were so kind and so generous and so, I don't know, sweet, in thinking that they wanted to buy my bags and asking me if I could sell some to them. So that's kind of how it all started. The last question is from Marie-Elise Dugal. Hello, Marie-Elise. What do you prefer in knitting? What would you like to learn? And same for bag making. So what I prefer knitting, Not long ago, I would have said shawl. I love shawls. I don't know, I like the coziness of wearing something. I'm always cold. So when I go to work 2 days a week, I try to have a shawl or like something to cover me up. So I love, 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 love shawls. Now I kind of like sweater, or the idea of, because I'm not even finished, so I don't know if it's going to be successful, but I like sweaters. My next sweater, when I'm done this one, is going to be the Stego sweater. Put a picture here with the dinosaurs. I can't, I just have to. It's just too perfect, beautiful. What will I like to learn? Brioche knitting. It seems so hard, so complicated, so beautiful. I'm sure it's not that bad. However, to me, it's like when you can do brioche knitting, you're a knitter, like you're serious knitter. So eventually I would like to learn how to brioche. And same for bag making. What I prefer making right now is project bags. They're easy, they're fun. I can use a lot of colors and be creative with it. And what I would like to learn, it's not in bag making, but I would like to learn how to quilt. Like, I know the basic, I understand, I know how to sew. I just feel like it's too precise for my brain. Like, those corners have to be perfect. It feels, how can I say, demanding mentally, and I'm not there yet. Okay, so thanks for your questions. If anyone has something they want to ask me, just put it down below and I'll answer next time. And I'm gonna put a pen and paper and write down as you ask them, so I don't forget. Okay, now it's bye-bye for real. Bye.